Good morning, traders. Robert Pro, who loves lunatic, Chad, Trenenborn, Tamimi, Super, Bob Smith, Dennis, Bob Peterson, Dana, Molkstar, Michael, Broke Joe, JC, and everyone that hasn't typed in the chat, good morning to you. Mr. Rodriguez, Francisco. Not seeing too much happening yet this morning. A couple earnings reports coming out. Was watching for a spike, haven't seen any yet. HUYA seems to have positive earnings. I guess we'll see. And if you missed AIRE yesterday after hours, I literally went nuts for not clicking the button. It took off at like $5.50, made it all the way to $17, and I missed it. Kept having that thought, it's at a top, it's at a top, it's at a top, and it kept going. Good morning, Brian T., David, Lars, Andrew. Good morning, Inbound. It was a heartbreaker, but I got through it. There'll be more. Seems to be moving again this morning. I guess we'll see where it goes. David Knight, good morning. Robert. Rob. Good morning, Flo. About a minute and a half to go here before pre-market open. Make sure your chart is set to EXT. Good morning, Back Road Bound. $30 seconds to go. Good luck to you. If you're new here, we're watching this volume spike column for whatever takes off. I'll be clicking on it, looking at it on the chart, see if we can get a play. I'll be setting support and resistance levels on the pullbacks. You're going to be watching for these to take off. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to watch AIRE here, AIRE. Also watching HUYA, wherever it is. I see it here. Kind of figured it was just going to jump like that. I just had that feeling. There it blows. Just a continuation of yesterday's after hours trading. It was very tricky to try to get into it. It was bouncing so radical. I wanted to buy 1,000 shares. But had I done that, it would have been bouncing negative 1,000, positive 1,000, negative. I just couldn't trust it. It was very volatile. Looks like that was a bunch of hopefuls hoping it would go up some more this morning. It's the only thing in the chart worth watching right now in the watch list. Good morning, MY, Hollywood. Looks like they're already playing with the spread, 32 cents. So be careful what you do here. Not seeing anything else in the volume spike yet. A couple of negative pullbacks. Hopefully we can keep the live stream going this morning. Yesterday we went down again about an hour and a half into the live session, so be prepared for that. If your screen freezes, let me know. I'll get back into support with YouTube so they can find this bug. Good morning, Frank. We could get a bounce here from 1172 to 1245. This is a resistance. This is support. This would be your entry down here. It is going right back up to 1245 after that small pullback. Did not quite make it. Good morning, Roth, Sandra, Stephen, Brian. Audio is working. Somebody verify that for me. It's working on my end. Can you hear me? Thank you very much. AIRE, not much of a bounce. Not yet, anyway. Doesn't look like HUYA is going to do much of anything. They did have positive earnings. Maybe it's not a likable company. I don't know. AIRE trying to come up off of support again. right, let me check Discord. All right, we are back. I hope you can hear me now. We did make it up to that 12:45 on air, but it would have been a lucky guess. Like every time I take my eyes off the screen to go turn on the sound on Discord, it pops up there. INVO making a run for it here. It already had a pullback. I missed that one as well. Doesn't look like it's getting too much attention. If you're new here, we're watching this volume spike column. It lets us know any time a stock is moving. Even if it moves slightly, this is kind of like a scanner to let you know that it's beginning to move. You'll see bullish or bearish pop up here in this column. That's when we want to pay close attention to see what's going on, and you click on it to see what's happening, just like this one here is creeping up slowly, and it's bullish. Not a lot of positive action this morning. Looks to be occasional bounces. It is rising pretty steady now. Looks like the volume has come in. Let's see if we can possibly get a pullback to 225 before the next run up. But it could just keep going from here. I'd like to see a retest at 225. Good morning, Dan and James. Looks like no retest. We're just going to run right on up, it looks like. Now we're having trouble breaking through 236. Maybe we've done it here. We're not bullish anymore in the volume spike column. Now we are running up again a little more. See some pretty strong profit takers in the list. 7,600 shares, 3,500 shares. Stephen, I'm also running level 2. And I'm also watching the price ladder in ThinkorSwim. I'm comparing the two. $10,000 share seller on INVO. 12,000 share seller. So they're taking profits as it's rising. That's evident here by the sellers. You can see the sellers on this red line increasing. These are the buyers. These are the sellers. Like they were taking profits as buyers were raising the price. Now we're pretty much equal. Could get a retest to 236. I don't think I would be comfortable playing a third pullback. Of course, they're not really strong pullbacks. They had a lot of buyers. So just a few profit takers before a couple more candles. I'm watching the sellers chasing the buyers here, so they're taking profits as it's rising. Just keep in mind, if you haven't seen this indicator, this direction doesn't mean the stock is going up. It's telling you the volume is increasing the higher these lines go. Then they'll come down as the volume is decreasing. So this is not an indication that the price is rising. It's telling you the volume is increasing. Did get a pullback to 236, but it's probably over, I'm going to guess. TIVC making a move here. Nice pullback to 227. We could get a bounce here. Your entry would be here, providing it doesn't sell off. And it looks like it's selling off. AIRE did pull back below 1172. So our market opened here. We really never had a shot at it. If you did make money off of it, you probably got very lucky because it pulled back ever since. INVO bouncing off of that 236. TIVC sold off. JOBY. Let's see if the buyers come into this. I'm looking at this current volume bar right here. That's where you need to move your eyes from here to here. We need lots of volume coming in so we can get in and get out safely. Also pay attention to the spread. Good morning, Hung. Bob, it could be. BCBA. Cheaper stock taking off here. It's already up quite a bit, 76%. So when they're rising like this, you want to try to catch these dips if you're going to give it a shot. That's going to be your best way to make money. Don't just jump in if it's rising. Wait for a dip down. Got to be pretty quick to do that, but that's your best entry. But you have to be careful. Always watch the volume spike if it's going to be bearish or bullish. So that would have been a good entry down here in the red. I don't play these cheaper stocks when they're only moving 3 or 4 cents. Nice volume on this stock. They could drive it on up. Good morning, Kyle. This is where you would want to take your entry, providing it doesn't sell off. Would have been a nice little profit there had you taken your entry here. Looks like it's got more to go. Bob, I don't think it works in pre-market because it doesn't include the after-hours script. But if I include that script, then it doesn't work in market open. So it's either or, I think. Possible another entry here if it turns around and runs back up. Would have been another nice entry on this red candle. I'm calling them out to you. The only thing I don't like about it is it's only nickel bounces. Volume is increasing as we go here. Last candle was 245, this one 542. Still looking pretty strong. It is above the 5 EMA. The price has not dropped down below it. Don't know how many of these pullbacks I would trust. We could be nearing resistance up here somewhere. We are facing a lot of profit takers. If they got in early, they could be deciding to get in or not, get out or not. Looks like some more buyers coming in. We are bullish. I'm watching these labels as well. Not much gain on that one. That tells me it's topping out. Still above the 5, though. That means strength is still there. Like everybody's being cautious with 1,000 share buys and 100 and 300s, and I guess the trust is running out. Dan, thank you for bringing that one to my attention. It was on the chart. I just didn't look up there to see it. We're still rising, though. Still buyer interest. We are up 153%. Not since our market opened, though. Our market open, well, I guess we were pretty close to it. We were right on it, I guess. Nice little run for a cheaper stock. Need to be careful of profit takers here if you're still holding on. Good morning, Eric. BCDA is holding this price level. There may be more to come later. I'll go ahead and put a resistance line there. Good morning, Gus. Can't really judge it off of this 135% change. We've seen them run to 300%. Actually, we've seen them run to 1,000%. Just all depends on the buyers. I don't think many investors found this stock this morning. The volume stayed pretty light with gentle pullbacks. we could get more sellers here if these people are still holding on. If it starts dipping, they'll start bailing. Got kind of a late read on this indicator. I don't think it works so well in pre-market. You can see the buyers went down below the sellers now. If these sellers, if that turns upward, they're going to start bailing. Trendleborn, it's not released yet. I'm still testing it to see how it performs. And right now it's not performing so hot in pre-market. But that's fine. We've got pre-market covered with what we currently have. It works really good. We don't really need this for pre-market. But if it'll help us after the regular session opens, and we have another tool that could help us out. If you weren't here yesterday, all this is I took the script from these two, which are bullish or buyers and sellers. I took this code, and instead of you guessing who's dominant, I made it visual down here on the screen. So you can see the buyers came in and it dipped up a little. Yeah, I think it does its job. I mean, it really has to. It's just running this script, and this one's right on it. So this has to be correct. I just don't like that it needs a certain amount of volume before it actually kicks in. But I haven't set a volume. It's running wide open with no restrictions, but yet it did not record here. But I think that's just because it's pre-market. It's a nice visual of the overall volume, though. That's what I like about it. Dana, that would be the correct assumption of what this indicator is doing. Volume is falling off. Sellers are increasing. Buyers are decreasing. So the seller volume is increasing. Good morning, the day trader. James, it was a news breakout. So it's probably not going to look good on the daily. morning, Harleys. No problem, Daryl. Anytime you have a question, just ask me. Let's see if I can crunch this over just a little bit to keep that label from dropping down. I believe that's going to take care of it. Steadily watching this column. If you're new here, I'll do a demo walkthrough in a few minutes. Let's see if we're going to calm down here a little bit. Seems that every time I get into a conversation, I miss one. Looks like the excitement's over for a minute. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkorSwim coder, and I write my own scripts. The best one I put out so far was this volume spike indicator, and it finds stocks for you the moment they start moving. It's watching for buyers and sellers and volume increases in the overall pre-market. When it finds one moving, you can see the percentages change, bullish or bearish in this column. Out of this indicator, all of these other indicators were born. This is the momentum indicator. It's watching back 30 minutes for any stocks that are moving. And I knew the minute I started it was going to do this to me. Here's HRYU taking off. So this column's watching back 30 minutes for any stock that's moving, and it keeps them up here. It scores them depending on how much they're moving by a lower number. If they're moving a lot, they'll start crawling up the ladder, and this number will increase. So when we see one spiking, we click on it. Over here, I have the pullback indicator, which consists of the 5 and the 13 EMA. You'll see these spike arrows coming in when the volume is increasing. This first candle is monitored by this label right here. It's either bullish or bearish. It lets you know if the buyers are coming in on this candle. We're also monitoring the spread to make sure it's not too wide so we don't lose money when we get in. So when you see a spike over here, you immediately check this current volume bar to make sure there's enough volume to get in and get out safely. You confirm the crossover of these moving averages, and do you have some spike arrows coming in? The entry point would be somewhere down here. We like to play pullbacks as well. A pullback would be you mark the high of this candle, and I like to see it pull back at least half of the previous candle. Really, I'd like to see it pull back this far, and you would mark the support level. And usually that second run is a little stronger than the first run. So once you get all of this happening, it's very quickly, you see these bullish signals coming in. We see it's got a score. We go here, check the volume. We see the crossover. We look for a green indicator here and a green one down here, and we make our decision to buy or not. To get all these indicators, you have to join our Discord. But first, you need to join our YouTube channel. And in the description of every YouTube video, you'll find a link to our Discord. Click on that link to Discord. Make sure you accept the disclaimer after you register. That'll let all the channels show up. If you want to get this set up, they're located in current setup. You'll get all of this. You'll get this label, this indicator, and this indicator all in 4 steps. They're all shared links, easy to install. If you've never installed any scripts on ThinkorSwim, head over to our how-to videos and watch video number 8. It'll walk you through installing these indicators. Also visit our other channels, the Trading Floor, where we have Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks and posting the best ones they can find throughout the day. Over in Options Trader, we have It's Me Bob. He's a very good options player. He makes a few calls during the market session, and if he has enough buyer interest or interest in watching his live streams, he'll hold the live stream to get you a little bit deeper in depth on options trading. If you have any questions with any of the above, there's a support channel in Discord. Leave us a message if I can't get to you. We have some very nice people that are pitching in, and they'll answer your question if they can. If they can't, they'll refer you back over to me, but most of the time they have an answer for you. Never trade off of my screen. Sometimes my screen is really delayed. YouTube's been having a few issues. Hopefully they're working to resolve them. We've actually went down 3 days, last Monday, last Friday, and yesterday. We stopped the live stream, or they stopped it about an hour and a half into the session. It could happen again today. I don't know if they fixed the bugs or not. And anyways, thank you for joining us this morning as we wait on more stocks to pop up. The next best chance we have is at 7 a.m. Maybe some news will come out. We'll get another runner. Bulldog Trades, if you'll head over to Discord and go to the how-to videos, watch video number 8. And in current setup, there's step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just follow those 4 steps and you'll be set up just like this. If you want to know how I'm doing my multiple monitor screen, there's also a video on that. Good morning, Coach. Comes to mind. Glad you guys can make it this morning, or gals, because we have guys and gals. I love to see the women get in on this. It's better than cleaning house, right, ladies? Daryl, we're monitoring at market open. We're going to be monitoring this all stock scan. I'm going to bring it up here. But actually, we have a new scan out. It's called the RG 50-minute scan. So I may put it up here instead and put the all stocks or just leave all stocks down here. We have a couple of scans we watch through the regular session. I also like watching the momentum scanner. That would not be this indicator. It's actually a momentum scanner. I like watching it, and especially the high flyer scan. That one's really good to watch throughout the day. I use it probably 80-90% of the time. I also have a gap and run scan, which is really good. Actually, I could go on all day long. We have a lot of good scans. This is the gap and run. What this means is that when pre-market opens or when the regular session starts, the stocks that are listed here have gapped open higher than yesterday's close, with a really good chance to continue running up. And yesterday it was pretty loaded with stocks in the morning session. So this label here comes with your install of V4 or V6. And you'll see it here in studies and edit studies. It's in the V4. You click the gear icon, and down here you'll see your spread limit. I have it currently set to 9 cents. And what that does is if the spread exceeds 9 cents, it's going to turn red, so I don't pull the trigger if the spread is wider than I'm willing to pay to get into that stock. You have the same thing up here, but I'm so blind, I created a bigger label so I could really keep an eye on it, and it would grab my attention if the spread was too high. Man, it's in testing. I have not released it yet. It'll probably come out this Sunday. Usually around anywhere between 12 and 2 p.m. on Sunday Central Time. Greg, we would have to get together after this live stream and get into a video session so I could see what was going on. It's not anything I could guess at in this live stream. But I'll be available at 10 a.m. this morning. This live stream ends at 9:30. I'm sure you're aware of that. And I'll take about a 15-20 minute break, and then I'll get to the support questions around 10. So Gregor, send me a DM and remind me that you need help. I think you asked me yesterday. I knew somebody did, but they were supposed to leave me a message, and I didn't find the message, and I couldn't remember who it was. So make sure you right-click on my name, up $2 in Discord. Click on message and send it over to me that you need help. About 9 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Hopefully some news comes out and we get to play another run. For now, enjoy your coffee. You don't have to go searching for stocks. They're going to come to you. That's the beauty of this system. We sit here and wait. It's kind of boring at times, but boring pays really good money if you have the patience. Good morning, GMAC. Greg R., quick question. Do you have the EXT checked in the scan? All right. Double Dare, I made a video on that yesterday for you. It's over in how-to videos near the bottom. Also made a video how to get set up to trade pre-market. That was also requested. About 6 minutes to go before 7 o'clock. Good morning, Alfredo. So if you're enjoying what you like on the screen through these live sessions, hit the like button for me. Help lets YouTube know that I'm doing something good over here. Also helps me get a little bit more pennies out of YouTube. I'd really appreciate it if you'd pay it forward and hit the like button for me. I also want to thank our Patreon subscribers. It is very much appreciated that you're helping me support the channel and deter some of these costs. It's not real expensive. It's yearly fees on this Discord to keep it going. We do need an upgrade, but at the current time, I'm going through medical issues. I don't think it'd be wise for me to throw out the money at this time to get the extra viewing on the video. I know we really need it, but I've got to watch my budget. I don't know where my health is going, but hopefully I'll be fine. I think I will be. I'm keeping the faith, keeping the attitude up there. I actually thought I was over all of this, and all of a sudden they surprised me. Well, so far we're not frozen. That's one good thing. Hopefully we can make it through this live stream. Everything's still working for you guys and gals. I'll put her on my prayer list, Double Dare. Good morning, Skywalker. Good morning, Kyle. I think you just popped in as well. Don't recall seeing you earlier. About 2.5 minutes before 7 o'clock. I'd really like to see some volume kick in about now. Stephen, that is correct. All right, well, you get 2 good mornings, Kyle. How about that? Good morning, Scott. If you don't attend this live stream every morning, you're missing out on money. Just ask anybody in the chat. Some days not so good, but most of the days we manage to make a profit. And that would be most days we manage to make a profit. So make sure you're here every morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time to 9:30, unless YouTube goes down. I may have to call it early sometimes, but we haven't had these issues often. They just started last week. I don't know what the problem is. YouTube is looking into it. Hopefully we'll get past it soon and can move on with our trading through the entire session of pre-market. Thank you, Gary B., and good morning. Lynn, in Discord, head over to current setup. There's 4 steps that'll fix you right up, just like my screen here. Not like my screen, but you'll get all the indicators you see. These pullback indicator with the arrows. You'll get this label here on step 2. You'll also get this bid and ask and the bullish and the bearish. You'll also get the volume spike and the momentum scanner. These 2 tools are like the cream of the crop here. If you haven't experienced them, you're missing it. They nail the stocks for us every morning. BCDA appears to be moving. Guess I'm going to have to type it in. I'm not seeing it in the list. Where is it hiding? I don't see it in the list at all. Guess it doesn't have enough volume to kick back in up here. Good morning, Obispo Trader. Good morning, P. We're past that 7 o'clock hour. Nothing broke out. I've been watching. BCDA pulled back pretty far from that 97 cents. We were watching AIRE earlier this morning. It made a small run up and then pulled back and sold off. This one actually happened after market close yesterday. I was hoping for a continuation, but we didn't get it. Still a possibility, though. Looks like the buyers are coming in, but it's light. It's very light volume. OT, you're very welcome. OCEA snuck up on us here. Made a big green candle, started pulling back. This could be an entry. Let's see. I'll go ahead and mark the high. This candle made it down to here. That's about half of the previous candle. May come back down to retest it. Retesting $1.83. Looks like the buyers and sellers are pretty much equal. I'm watching level 2 as well. 15,000 shares seller on OCEA. THRX making a move here. Volume is coming in. The play here would be don't chase the green candles, but wait on a pullback for the second run up. It's about time you click that button up here, it's going to start dropping back. That's why we love pullbacks. That candle did close here. Let's see if we get it to pull back at least half of that candle. It may just keep going. It is running up. It would be a chaser. You'd have had trouble trying to catch that top though. It went up and down. But the buyers are here. You can see right here it's bullish. Right up here. You can see this current bar volume. That's this candle. That's the volume in that candle. You can see overall we are bullish with buyers in the overall volume. Thank you, Todd. If you need any help, let me know after this live session. I'll be willing to help you. We could get a pullback here finally. Let's see what happens. It could continue to go. That's how they've been working this morning. We don't get a chance unless you chase them. But we have another runner. Good morning, Island Man. We did get some sellers here. See if we can mark this bottom. We may get a pullback play here. It's looking really nice. As soon as this candle closes, I'll be marking support level. Looking really good. There it closed. That would be support. So your entry would be here for a bounce back up to 323. Heading right on up there. Hopefully we get a little bit more than that and get a breakthrough at that 323 level. Don't give up on it yet. Oh, that was scary. I'm not seeing no heavy sellers yet. Doesn't look like it's going to play out. In a case like this, you would immediately get out. And if you miss it, you miss it. At least you didn't lose a lot. Cut the losses quick. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't work. Don't hang on hoping for a recovery. That's where you lose more. Good morning, Malik. SPY is rising a little bit. Malik, there's an image of my pre-market settings over in TOS scan. Scroll down to the image, match yours to mine. Once you get that matched up, I'm sorted by momentum up here. You can click on this and bring the numbers up to the top. Todd, everything is on Discord in current setup. So here's a quick example of how I'm drawing support and resistance lines. I'm clicking on my drawings. Mine looks a little different. It's kind of crunched up. Drawing tools. And I'll use this one with the dollar sign and the line under it. Then once I put a line on the chart, if you want it to be this color and dotted, you right click on it and go to properties. Down here you can select the line style that you want, the color that you want, the width of the line, and save it as default. Once you click on it, you see a little pencil instead of a mouse pointer. That lets you know it's loaded onto the mouse. I'm going to write that one down as well, make a video on it, so I can just lead you over to the videos when necessary. We're in the quiet zone again. Nothing happened at 7. Just that one that tempted us but failed. Yep, we're in that silent moment. I'm watching 6 different scans this morning. Most of them are not pre-market though, but occasionally something pops up on them. Malik, that ZVZZT is actually not a stock symbol. It's a test symbol for TD Ameritrade. It's not tradable. It's not a real stock. They may act like one, but it's not one. So far, no screen freezes. I'm impressed. David, I don't know how they work that symbol. I think they're testing different areas at different times. I don't know anything about it whatsoever other than it's a test symbol. Good job, OT. I'm watching numbers, hoping we can get one more play in here. It's not likely, but we can try. That one doesn't look good at all. It's VTGN hitting resistance. That one doesn't look good. Nothing moving at the moment. OT, you got to close one eye to see what I see. I only have vision in one eye. But it's all good. Yes, that was a joke. I keep high spirits about my handicaps. I've been through so many of them. They're not handicaps anymore, they're hurdles. Just jump over them and keep going. Gary, me too. Lost vision in my right eye about 8 months ago. BCDA making a little bounce here. It may try to break through that 97 cents. Hopefully it can get through resistance. Or maybe it's just people that missed it earlier and they're thinking, man, I got to get some of this. And they lose a little. back out of it a little bit. That's what we're looking at, bouncing off of this resistance. Down here would be support. OT, if you go to Discord and you click on voluntary contributions on the left, it'll take you to a link for Patreon. Still being resisted at 97 cents. Flow, I do it off of 1 minute. So when something looks good on the 1 minute chart, I look at my other monitor and I also observe the 5 minute and the 15 to see how they look. If everything looks promising, then I look at the tick chart, which is a 133 tick, to plan an entry or an exit. So I'm looking at multiple things before I tell you guys, hey, this may bounce up. So if it's a good CPI report, let's see if we can get a stock to pop over here. I know BCDA is trying. I do see some green, but these numbers are not increasing, so they're not really attractive at the moment. MITO popped up here at the top list. It started right here at the top. Volume is extremely low and not moving. So if you're wondering why we don't have volume bars going up and down, this is our volume right here. In day trading, you can't tell much from a bar going up and down, but over here we can see the volume in the current candle. We can see the volume in the last candle. We can see the pre-market volume on this stock. And I'm also monitoring all of the volume for this stock with two indicators over here that say buyers or sellers, and it lets you know in the overall volume, is there more buyers or sellers? It's currently not showing because there's no activity. But you'll see them flash in when there's more buyers or sellers in the overall volume. When day trading, this is really handy to monitor if the volume in that candle is increasing. And if it's greater than the last candle, it's increasing. So I don't use the bars. They don't give me enough information, but this label does a great job. The SPY has a big green candle, very tall, from the CPI report. Maybe we'll have a positive day if they don't pull the plug on it when the market opens. GMAC, when you load V4, you're going to get all of this up here at the top. That would be step one in current setup. You'll get the bid-ask spread. You'll get the bullish-bearish up here. You'll get the lines and the arrows. This would be step one in current setup. Step two, you're going to get this label. Step three, you're going to get this volume spike. Step four, you're going to get the momentum watcher. RIVN making a move. It's been a slow crawl. It's been moving prior to me clicking on it, but it's very slow. BCDA did break through that 97 cents. The buyers are outnumbering the sellers. We do have a pullback to retest 97 cents. Now we need to watch the labels to see if the buyers come back in. We need to watch this one and this one. See, sellers came in, now buyers. $11,000 share seller right there. Maybe now that he's out of the way, now another 12,000, now 40,000 seller. The sellers are on this stock. Maybe the buyers can overcome them. Kind of like we get a big buy order, but we get a big sell order pretty close to the same time. The SPY did go up 5 points on that CPI report. And it's holding right up there at the top. Didn't do much for pre-market stocks, though. I'm seeing a lot of buyers coming in on BCDA. I'm watching this current candle. I see the sellers are chasing them, though. Buyers are stepping in again. And the sellers are stepping in again. Walter, I don't use VWAP. I have enough tools and toys. It works for some people, and it did work for me. I used to use it, but I don't use it anymore. For me, it's all about the numbers. It's about buyers and sellers. When the buyers outnumber the sellers, I'm in. You short stocks. When the sellers outnumber the buyers, you're in. Try to keep a clean screen. I don't need all the Christmas ornaments flashing before me. But if you use VWAP, don't change because of me. If you see a benefit in it, continue to use it. It's kind of like the slow stochastics indicator. I bet I used that indicator for 10 years. And occasionally I still pull it up. But you got to have it set up correctly if you're going to day trade with it. To me, slow stochastics was one of the best tools for a very long time. They want BCDA to go up, I can tell. They keep pushing it. It may sell off around 810, 805 before market open. If they have a profit, they're going to probably lock them in, and this stock will drop just before market open, especially if there's not enough buyers to keep it up. Right now, it's a battle between buyers and sellers. You can see that battle happening right here. GMAC, I'm just testing it. I'm pretty sure I'll release it on Sunday. Thank you, John Lester. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. I've had a really rough 5 years, last 5 years. But I'm working my way through them one problem at a time. Good morning, Old Thumb. Thank you, GMAC. If you haven't hit the like button on this stream, please do so. Give me a little support here for what I do. It helps me pay the bills. Gives you a chance to pay it forward with little effort. Just click that little like button and we'll all be happy. Looks like we're going dead here for a while. If you're new here at 8 o'clock, I take a 10-minute break. And I'll return about 8:10. And we'll set up for market open about 8:25. Good morning, Solo. I hope to make it up to Montana one of these days. Want to go to Glacier National Park on a motorcycle. So I'm going to click on the stock YS right now. Tell me how soon you see it. Or are we frozen again? It's good. That's good. Looks like we're going to make it through this session. We haven't had that happen in a while. Yeah, Solo, last I heard, I have to make a 1-year reservation in order to be able to get in. BCDA gradually getting up there. It continues to climb, pull back, climb, pull back. I'm not a buy and hold guy, so it can do that all at once. Buyers still coming into BCDA. Not enough of them to put it back up here in the pre-market risers, though. The stock will sell off. That's my prediction before market open. So be careful if you're in it. They will take profits in fear of a gap down at market open. If they're in profit now, they're going to take it. And I could be 100% wrong. They could drive it to the moon. That's called trading. Good morning, Martin. Old Thumb, we had a good CPI report this morning. The SPY is also rising. We could have a positive day here. Pre-market wasn't that hot, but we did have a couple move up. I'm trying to decide on which one I want to play at market open. Nothing was really promising. I'd hate to go in with BCDA, a dollar stock at market open, and see all of the halts. From my experience, every time the large caps are up, the mid cap and small caps are pretty much flat or down. Still rising on BCDA. Looks really good on this new indicator. You can see the sellers are fading away. The buyers are stepping in. I still expect it to sell off, though. I don't think they're going to hang on to it before market opens. Or until market opens. We can take a look at Tesla. Tesla looking very nice. Malik, watch my screen, right click on Momo, edit formula, make sure this extended hours is checked. I know you guys get excited loading these indicators, but if you read the instructions along with it, it does tell you to check that box. I can understand, though, you're ready to get it done, get it inserted, hopefully trade on it the next day, and you miss some steps. Old thumb, not till Sunday. And if you didn't hear me earlier, just click on the Momo name until you sort it from the highest to the lowest. All right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to take a 10-minute break here, and I shall return shortly. All right, I am back. I see BCDA continue to rise. It's probably going to be this morning's play at market open. Probably going to be the halt of the day. It may halt several times. That's why I don't like the cheaper stocks. I like more than 10 or 15 cents before a halt. If the buyers come in too heavy, they'll halt it for hours if that's the case. Thank you, James. Yeah, if you ever make it here, just message me on Discord. We can make it happen. James, that is the rating. It's about 90%. That's providing we don't make trader errors and providing we don't click a mouse button at the wrong time. There's a lot of ifs there, but the rating is high on it. Stephan, it was there earlier. It needs bigger volume spikes than this for it to really trigger and hit the pre-market risers. Usually they'll drop down here in the all stocks. That's where you see it down here. But if a whole bunch of buyers come in, it'll jump up here. But these little short candles are not going to trigger anything. Just a steady climb. That's really a good way for a stock to go up, is a steady climb. A 10,000 share seller, a 9,200 share buyer. So the buys and sells are pretty much equal. I'd be careful in the next 10 minutes, though. It could really drop. It's up quite a bit. If you look up here, this was the close yesterday was 39 cents, and we're at $1.50, $1.48. Good morning, Rodrigo. In about 7 minutes, we'll change over to market open. Looking like pullback time for BCDA, getting closer to that market open. Let's see how strong the buyers are, if they can hold it up. Seeing an upturn here on the sellers. There's the buyers coming back in. Looks like we're going to hold strong through market open. The buyers are saying, no, you're not selling us off. You can see the sellers are kind of laying back while the buyers come in. You don't know how bad I wish this was a $10 stock. I'd love to see those dollar halts instead of 15-cent halts. Walter, you can't save it. I've tried. Just like sorting Momo, you can sort it in the proper order, but you restart it and you got to sort it again. Some settings it won't keep. I'm seeing the buyers pulling back now along with the sellers. Rich, that's unpredictable. It could either gap up even higher and halt again, or it could gap down, cost you money. The halt can go either way. Hopefully it halts with a lot of buying volume going up, then you're almost guaranteed a resumption with a gap up. But if there was a lot of sellers in that halt, you could be in trouble. They're definitely pulling back now, as indicated here. Everything you see on the screen, I created. I'm a coder. You won't find them anywhere unless they got them from me and they're passing them out. But I think when they find this channel, they join this channel. Help me build a nice big community of traders. Hey, Crafty Ginger, yes it is. I'm going to be releasing it on Sunday. What I did is I made these buyers and sellers of the overall volume. I made it visible in a line chart so you could see the sellers are declining, and you can see the buyers are declining and the sellers. You can actually see visually what this indicator is doing here. So you see the buyers become dominant over here, and the price starts going up. The sellers kind of laid flat while it was rising. Then the sellers came in a little, and the buyers declined, and it drew back a little. And the buyers came back in. And that's all compiled from the overall volume of buyers and sellers. The crafty ginger, since I'm a day trader, I'm only in for a short time, so I'm not worried about the 200 moving average. I mainly watch numbers, volume flow, and price action. That tells me all I need to know. I can see my resistance lines here. I can draw them in, and I usually do that. I can see what my volume's doing. I can see what the buyers and sellers are doing now. I'm a numbers trader, not necessarily a indicators trader. These are only confirmation of what I see. Rodrigo, I use it at market open. I will be putting it up here. But I'm also going to have the all stock scan. I made an error yesterday of taking this one off and only running the 50. And there were some stocks that were firing up in the all stocks, and I never knew it. So we'll be displaying both. I'll do that in about 2.5 minutes. How many of you show hard to borrow on this stock? It's going to be up there by your old bid and ask. It's going to say right here beside it, it should say HTB or ETB or NTB. It all says hard to borrow. So that means that only the sellers will bring this stock down. They won't be able to short it easily. But there is instances where ThinkorSwim does allow some people to short it. We show HTB and they show ETB, easy to borrow. I'm aware of that, Pat, but sometimes I've seen it happen. It should show up right by your bid and your ask up in the gray bars up there. You don't see it on this chart because I have it crunched down. So I'm going to go ahead and put that new scan up here. It's the RG 50-minute momentum scan. I'm going to leave the all stocks down here. I've never coded in voice alerts. I think it would be annoying when you're day trading. You should be really paying attention to what the stock's doing, not turning your head and waiting on a whistle to blow. I know Bob Smith has created a couple of them with alerts. Since most of these are live data indicators, it's going to be really hard to program that in. BCDA is at the top of the 50-minute momentum scanner. It's also down here in all stocks, number 2. Picker, I'll drag it over there so you can see it. I'll point it out to you. It's right here. If you don't see it, I don't know what your issue may be. That one's out of my control. I was looking at AIRE. It does look good. I'll probably watch it on another monitor when we're watching where did it go? BCDA. Francisco, I'm sorry, bro, but I don't have time to discuss that 1 minute to the bell. So this column's going to get very busy. Hopefully you're set up like I am. Your stocks don't match mine. Maybe we didn't refresh at the same time, but watch for volume spikes in these top 3 or 4. Click on them and see which one you can get a pullback on. If you're a gambler, maybe you can chase the green arrow for a profit. I'm not that guy, though. I'll be waiting on a pullback. Good luck, everyone. Yes, I gambled. I took that quick $100 right there on that candle. Don't encourage you to do that. AIRE is pulling back hard. BCDA is also pulling back, but we may see a pull up here. I'm watching the indicator down here as well as I'm watching these labels. We're still selling off a little bit. We could get a bounce, though. I'm seeing the buyers trying to come in. Watch this green line down here. Got to remember, these lines are just as live as that candle is. So they're going to move just as fast. Slide upwards on the green line. Be careful of a halt. It's probably going to be around 13 cents. You can see the buyers coming in, watching the green line. Very nice. This is where you make your decision. You either hold or get out, take your profit. Still watching the buyer line. It looks good. May not get a halt. We are up higher than that 14 cents. Yeah, we're into a halt. We came in with a large buyer of 64,000 shares. So you're probably going to halt up when it resumes. It's a nice 30-cent gain from the bottom down there. Probably couldn't catch all of it, but you could have got at least 20 cents of it. Probably be hard to get in it now. You're going to have to catch the gaps if you can. And it'll probably immediately halt as soon as it resumes. AIRE fell down all the way to 950 from 1130. It's trying to bounce now. AIRE not looking bad here. I can see the sellers coming in. I mean, the buyers coming in. Also see the sellers taking profit as it's rising. This green line could very well cross above the red one and the buyers can take over. Still a lot of sellers, though. Looking good down here for buyers. And AIRE is a nice bounce back up. It's over $1, over $2. Now we see the buyers declining. This is a fast moving stock. You got to be finger ready on this one. Buyers are not giving up. Waiting for the profit takers. That's what you see here. And the buyers should come back in. Strong selling. They're taking that $2 profit. They lost half of it though on that red candle. Showing weakness. Probably going to get a pullback right here. Back up to that 1097 from 1034. We may break through. So your entry is down here. Not looking good. It's not over yet, though. Still have a strong battle going on. Going to go back to BCDA. It should be resuming here any moment, or it already has. And it gapped down and halted. That's why I don't play halts. Never know how you're going to come out of a halt. And then when it resumes again, it could halt. It could come out of this red candle into a green one. AIRE did make it back up to 1097. Still got that battle going on. Looking good for AIRE. It's a struggle, though. I don't know if I would enter it at this point. It was a good pullback play. I should have stuck with it, not clicked off of it to check BCDA, but I did, trying to keep everyone happy. Why you need to trade off of your system. I jump around. I have to. Good morning, James L. The SPY is just barely creeping up. Good job, Dusty. You had to be really quick. Good job, Stefan. Lots of red on the watch list. We're pulling back for some reason. Don't know what that is. Everything, the SPY's going up, but we're pulling back. There's no trust out there in the market. Everybody is in fear of losing money. I would hate to be a long-term investor at this time. PCT struggling like the rest of them. Piton slowly rising here. It's at the top of the 50-minute momentum scanner. Looking good, not a lot of sellers. THRX. See a lot of red coming in. I don't know how much I would trust anything at this point. When I say red, I'm talking up here. like mid caps and small caps are going down while the SPY and the other large caps are going up. I see that happen so many times in a row. Good job, Pedro, and thank you. You don't have to wait on me to call them out. Get set up, load your favorite scans, start learning what those scans are doing, what these indicators are doing. If you're following me forever, I miss a lot of things because I'm watching for different scans where you could be more fine-tuned and focused in watching my live stream for a pick. The system works very well. I encourage you to learn it. You can put me in the background if you just have to hear me, but concentrate on your system and your trading and the stocks you see and become profitable with it. You're not monitoring the high flyer scan. I think you need to take a look at it. It's a very powerful scan. GMAC learning coding takes many years. It's not something you're going to learn from a book. You learn it from experience. The books may give you pointers, but you really have to understand logic as well. Plus, when you're day trading, you have to think about what's in your brain. Why is this stock doing this? And how do I put it in an indicator? You have to really think it out. It's not as easy as the candle's green and the candle's red. Robert, I don't know what you're seeing. I'd have to look into it later. I don't have that issue with it. Maybe you have too many displaying. Shouldn't be over 50 in the scan. See you later, Skits. Thank you for joining us. See you later, Paul. Have a blessed day. So I'm watching the first stock in high flyers. That's usually the one that takes off. I kind of wait on them to come to the top, wait for volume spikes. $50 doing a good job, though. It's right up there with it. Right there. I actually think this scan can replace all of them, really. See you later, Sonia. Have a blessed day. See you later, Broke Joe. Seeing a bunch of slow crawling stocks left over since market open. They're just barely creeping up and creeping back. Getting closer to that 9 o'clock hour where everything's been dying at that point. It's like the money to be made is pre-market and market open. And yesterday after hours was really good for one stock anyway. That was AIXE that jumped up from $5.50 to $17. Overnight it pulled back to $9. We saw it make a couple bumps this morning. So when the market closes at 3 o'clock my time, which is central, turn on that pre-market riser scan again and you'll catch these after hours movers. Robert Pro, that is correct. Scott Drummer, if you go over to Discord and look at the how-to videos, I have that video in there. Let me see where I stuck it. I just put it in there yesterday. Let me see where I put it. It's in how-to videos, video number 10. You're welcome, JC. Watching the monitors, we're going pretty flat now. After 9 o'clock, it usually slows down or around the 9 o'clock hours. Then we just have these occasional stocks do a bump up every now and then. Sitting here waiting, that's all we do until 9:30, and that's when I will end the live stream. You're welcome, Scott. INVO right at the top of the 50-minute momentum scanner. It's finding them, but the market's not allowing it to perform like it should. We have lack of volume in the market after 9 o'clock. Everything gets so slow, it's hard to make a play. That is correct, John. Double dare you. You have a blessed day as well. This is kind of what the stocks will do all day long. They'll tempt you and then pull back to a support level, tempt you again. It's not worth me sitting in this chair all day waiting for one to pop up when I could just get that in the morning in pre-market. I will be tuning in to after hours to see if there's another runner, and you have to get to that pre-market scan right at 3 o'clock and wait for it to kick on. Robert, I'm watching those labels. When I'm by a pullback, I watch these labels. If they're still bullish, and if this one's still bullish, I'll hold on until I think it's where I need to get out, and then I'll just jump out. So I'm watching label, candle, and label. If I got in down here, I'm watching label, candle, and label. And this candle, you know, is pretty much this label that's right here. THRX is right there in that scan. First one. As soon as they move, it's there. It's a very good scan. That's why I say it'll probably replace all the scans. It's also number one in high flyers. Those two scans dominate this market. See you later, OT. God bless. Possible pullback on this stock. If it retests 323, it could bounce back up here to 334. Not a whole lot of money in it, but it could be if it broke through 334. Looks like the sellers are chasing the buyers down here. See you later, MY. Have a blessed one. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. You too, MY. I'm not seeing BCDA on my charts. I'll type it in, though, just to see what it's doing. Looks like it lost all its gains. Now it's bouncing up. The buyers have now outnumbered the sellers. Need this green line to turn upwards. Not seeing a bullish candle label up here. Seeing sellers down here. I think the party's over for today unless something just happens to pop in. The play on BCDA was in pre-market. Had a nice run up right here. It's kind of bouncy along the way, but as long as you're in profit, you can hold through these little pullbacks. I really love pre-market. That's where the money is currently. but that could change. Glad to hear that, Omara. I want Mara to pull back into the 750 range. Then I'll start loading up on it. Oh, we're all going to know when Mara pulls back. I think a lot of us are playing that stock. It's a good one to keep in your personal watch list. Thank you for that compliment. If you haven't subscribed to my Discord yet, I'll post a link down here in the chat. Subscribe to my channel, like the videos, comment on the videos, let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing. It also lets me know if I'm doing a good job and you're happy with the videos. In the description of every video is a link to our Discord. Join our Discord where there's lots of investors over there. Let me grab that link. Over in Discord, you'll find these setups over in Current Setup. They're all free. Everything is free. Here's a link to the Discord. Once you subscribe to Discord, make sure you click the disclaimer button. You'll see all the channels. You head over to Current Setup for all of these files you see on the screen. There's only 4. It looks like a lot more, but it's only 4. Watch the how-to videos, number 8, if you don't know how to install them. If you have trouble, post us a question in support. We'll try to help you. I'm going to say there's pretty close to 2,000 subscribers over in Discord now. All of them are trading. Well, almost all of them. I think some of them join in excitement and then they realize they have a lot to learn and then they just sit there. I don't know what they're waiting on, but they'll wake up one day, I'm sure. It's really not that difficult when I lay it out as I have. But we'd love to have you on board. Come and get some help. Join other investors. If you have questions, they're willing to help you as well. Come here every morning, watch these live streams, learn how to work these indicators. You'll watch me work them for you. And you catch on pretty easy. I'm seeing a lot of green here, but I'm not seeing a lot of spikes. Like they all made their run and now they're just consolidating sideways. This is what we've been experiencing for about a year now. I'll be glad when these days are over. Can't wait for another 11 months to go by. Narendra, I use the Market Watch tab in ThinkorSwim, and I only set up that one watch list. You have to click Market Watch tab and then quotes. And I use that one watch list. You see multiple up here, but they're all, I just detach it and drag them around. And it's all indicated right here by this little tab. These are all Market Watch tabs. So they're just detached watch lists, and then I select different watch lists in each one. That way I'm only loading these indicators one time, and then I just change whichever scan I want to monitor. If you create multiple watch lists and you like watching multiple watch lists, you're going to have to put this momentum indicator in each one of them, along with this volume spike. I prefer to install it once and just detach the scan or the watch list and just change the scan in each one. But I'm also on multiple monitors. You may not have multiple monitors. You may want to use the watch list on the left. That's totally understandable. Troutfly, I'm going to have to say no, because these are all tied in together. This whole system is tied in together. Even these two over here, all of it's tied in together. It's working as a group. So if you just threw in some moving averages, yeah, you may have some success with it, but you're not going to get the whole show. Thank you, Narendra. I'm a coder, so you won't find setups like this in ThinkorSwim. I've been trading for a long time, and I basically just put my brain in an indicator. So what do you do? How do you trade? What are you doing when you trade? All of that came into play when I was creating these. So if I haven't explained this scan to you, this is the latest indicator. And it's in this scan. And what it's doing is it's looking back 50 minutes, whereas in pre-market, it's looking back 30 minutes. I increased it to 50 minutes. So it's watching any stock that has moved in the last 50 minutes. And if they start spiking, they start running up the list and they make it up here to the number one position. So you can click down here low and catch them a little bit earlier on a good market day, that is. And hopefully you're in one as you're watching it climb the ladder, and by the time it gets here, you're into a decent profit. We haven't had that luck lately. The market's not cooperating with us. It's a tough market. So we're having to catch the spikers as they happen, and that's where we're making our profit. I can see my lists are getting shorter, so the market's dying even more. I only have 6 up here, 5 up here. We did have a long list here. It's down, it's lost about half of them. Even in the high flyer scan, there's only about 10. James, it sure was. James L., which label? I mean, wait a minute, wrong person. Wait, which label are you talking about? Are you talking about this one over here? We have 2 labels. We have this one here, actually 3. We have this one, and there's one here. See you later, James L. Have a blessed day, brother. See you later, Roth. God bless. So this one down here at the bottom is step number 2 in current setup on Discord. Everything up here is step 1 in current setup. This is step 2, step 3, and step 4. It comes with step 1. It's included in this script. I think I also have it in TOS scripts as a standalone indicator. And it'll be called bid, ask, and spread. But it's included in step 1 if you want to get the whole system set up. There's no special settings on this label here, buyers and sellers. I'm on a 1-minute chart. Are you on a 1-minute chart, imputed? Are you on the Schwab system? It could be a Schwab issue. I don't know. There's no settings for this label. You just load it and it works. Trinity Born, yes, it is. It's in TOS scans. So if you are on the Schwab, it could be a Schwab thing. I'm kind of don't know how to fight that battle right now. Hopefully they get the bugs out of it soon. But that label should just automatically work. There's no adjustments, no settings. I know they're having some issues getting these labels and stuff going on some of the platforms. Other platforms don't have an issue. So I'm totally lost on how to tell you how to fix it. See you later, Daryl. Have a blessed day. Imputed, did you load this label from step 2 in current setup, or did you get it out of TOS scripts? I know you got it from Discord, but there's 2 different sections in Discord. We have TOS scripts and we have current setup. I don't know if the 2 are the same. I remember at one time I did not have these 2 in one of the labels. Try loading the one in current setup, step number 2, and see if that fixes the issue. Well, I'm happy we made it all the way through the live session without a freeze. Maybe YouTube's got it fixed now. Thank you, Lord, for that blessing. So if you're just popping in for a look, join us tomorrow at 6 a.m. and make some money with us. You're missing out if you don't. Join our Discord, go to current setup, create a new workspace and set this platform up. You won't regret it. All right, traders, it's dead, it's flat, I'm done. Thank you for joining us today. As always, have a blessed day and God bless. I'm out of here. If you have any questions, head on over to support. I'm going to take a break till about 10 o'clock and then I'll get to you. See you later.